They're ready. They're hungry. They're thirsty for a team. Again, credits to Jeff Smith, our president, and our business side. They worked hard in the offseason to create an environment where we could succeed in. So at the same time, like I told our players, like we had a great opportunity to show out for 18,000 fans. That's just not given. No one else gets to do that in the W. We also got to play with a lot of passion and make sure that they feel a part of us every time they play.
Let's welcome in Natalie Nakase, the head coach of the Valkyries. Natalie, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, I just said hi. I'm doing good. How are you?
We're doing great. Good practice today for the women?
Yeah, a lot of energy. I was very happy considering we took, a day and a half off, so I was very, very happy.
Before the season, Natalie, we had Ohima on, the general manager, and it was before you guys played any games, and she was talking about the identity of this team and, how it hadn't been established, but she wanted it to be one of grit. Grit. Through 9 games, is that coming to fruition?
Yeah, I think we're gritty, for sure. I kind of told the players actually on day one that our identity is killers. So we have kind of a mentality of pretty much approaching every game. It's win or die time. And so I think they've definitely grasped that.
Coach, I told my partner I'm so excited to talk to you because I feel like in sports, a team takes on its identity of their coach. And when I watch you work those sidelines, like I'm getting fired up at home watching the Valkyries, I got to ask you, where did you get that from? And what took you to coaching? When did you know that was something you wanted to do?
I got it from my dad. My dad's really competitive. He raised 3 girls to literally be ruthless with each other. So got it from my dad and my older sister's picking on me. And then what was the second question?
He doesn't remember, Natalie.
No, I'm so.
The team taking an identity from their coach. I'm just messing with them.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, that's who they are. In an expansion draft, you get to handpick players. And so as I watched these players on film and I got to know them, they are killers. They are very competitive, and they play with a chip on their shoulder. So it's really them. The culture is the players.
I saw a story on ESPN about expansion teams in the WNBA, and I probably don't have to tell you that, it's a tough start for most of them. And you talk about process over results. I get it, we're only 9 games in, but you guys are 4-5. Is there any possibility that motto could change a little bit if you continue to have the early success that you're having?
I mean, I think I take that on just as perspective, right? Everyone has their opinions and their perspective of how we look at an expansion team. But for us, we're a new team. We try not to use the word expansion. We're a new team. We want to write our own story. And so when you write your own story, you get to kind of create, your narrative. And what we talk about when we approach a game is we can control the controllables. So when we know we can control, we basically control our own destiny.
Let me ask you this, Coach, because I'm going to give you a stat that floored all of us. Your leading scorer is Veronica Burton. She's averaging 13.6 points per game. But on top of that, you got 5 different Valkyries are averaging double digits. I mean, that is a strength in numbers. How much of a luxury is that? And did you see that, manifested?
Yeah, because it's the way, we play offensively. We just make the right play. We make the right read. So with that type of style and that type of spacing, you could have any given night, you can have a new, 20-point leader. Or, like I said, you can average, 12 to 13 points. So it's equal opportunity offense. But as long as we make the right reads, then I think we're unguardable because you don't know when someone's going to go off.
Let me ask you this, Natalie. The Warriors during the Curry era have been kind of known for playing this open offense. They call it flow offense. Can I assume that you guys are doing a lot of that? Is that what you're talking about?
No, because I don't have Steph Curry. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean, but
I have Veronica Burton, I have Kayla Thornton, and I have Tiff Hayes. So, I got to build our offensive philosophy to our strengths, our players, and not mimic somebody else. So that's what I try to do. I try to put the players in the best places possible so they can be successful.
Yeah, kind of what I was getting at was if you're using a lot of ball movement and kind of read and react, do you need a certain kind of player, more of a cerebral type player, or is that something that maybe I'm overblowing?
No, for sure. You're right. high IQ was something else that we're non-negotiable on, because in terms of how we play and the reads that I want them to pick up, that is non-negotiable is high IQ. But also just being a selfless person. So a selfless person means, like, anytime you get to the rim and you make the right read, like, the selfless person makes the right play. If they're selfish, right, you've seen that, players that shoot over two defenders, like, we try to eliminate that as much as possible. So, yeah, selfless players would probably be my number one plus high IQ.
Coach, I'm so proud of the Bay Area, and let me tell you why, because I have to imagine when you get announced you're taking this job, you're practicing, but then you have a preseason game and the place is full, Chase is full, and you've had 4 regular season games and the place is packed, it's oozing off the TV. What does that mean to you from a personal standpoint and the rest of the team, knowing that the Bay Area is showing out for you guys?
They're ready, they're hungry, they're thirsty for a team. Again, credit to Jeff Smith, our president, and our business side. They, really worked hard in the offseason to create an environment where we could succeed in. But at the same time, like I told our players, like, we have a great opportunity to show up and show out for 18,000 fans. So that's just not given. No one else gets to do that in the W. So we also got to play with a lot of passion and make sure that they feel a part of us every time we play.
Yeah, that's one thing, Natalie, that I was thinking about is, the one thing we've heard early in this season is, the atmosphere is great. They get 18,000. The atmosphere is great. 18,000, it's so much fun. But slowly but surely, that conversation is turning to, hey, this team's got a little something to it, too. I mean, do you sense that transition from, they're a cute, first-year team that draws well to, well, maybe there's going to be a reason, maybe there is a reason why they're drawing well?
Well, we just want to, like I said, we're so competitive that we want to win every game. And again, when 18,000 people show up, like, we know we gotta put our full maximum effort for them, right? They took time out of their day, 2-3 hours to watch a show, and we want to make sure that we pay onus to the fact that they committed to us, so we got to commit to them. That makes sense.
Yeah. No, it does. Coach, I got to ask you this. I know you can't share all your secrets, but your last win in L.A., it was tied up. You come out of a timeout. Kelsey Plum has the ball. You guys D her up and D them up. It goes to overtime. But what was the message to the ladies going into that possession that sent it to overtime? Because I was fired up. I said they stopped them.
Yeah, we studied their end of the game situations, end of the game needs, so we knew where that was going to. So just credit to my staff. Actually, they do a great job of prepping. We knew who was going to shoot it. So
right.
Our girls, again, locked in. They paid attention to what we talked about in the timeout, and our girls executed. So credit to the girls.
Natalie, let me ask you about your relationship with Doc Rivers. Some listeners may not know. You were an assistant on the LA Clippers staff when he was there. He was at the opener at Chase Center. What was your role? I know you were assistant coach of development, but define kind of what you did for the LA Clippers and how much you learned from Doc Rivers and the other people in that organization.
Yeah, so I was lucky enough to, have 10 years with the Clippers, and then Doc, moved me up gradually, and so I ended up being player development / assistant coach. But the best thing I had under Doc was the fact that I had his ear. So he told me, I think my last couple of years, this is like, Nat, whatever you see, he goes, let me know, whatever you see. And so that gave me a lot of confidence, just understanding that he wanted, that information, and he trusted me. So, yeah, I owe a lot to Doc, because he not only gave me the confidence, but he gave me a voice,
Right.
So just really appreciative. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome stuff. Natalie, let me ask you, what does it mean personally to you and the ladies when you see, pods or Warrior players pull up to the game? Because just as a Bay Area fan, I love that continuity and that family type of feeling. But I wanted to ask you, what does that mean for you guys?
Oh, Pod's been amazing. When I see Pod and he stands up and he's waving his shirt or waving his jersey, whatever, we know, like I said, we show up not just for 18,000 fans, but our Warriors is too. They show up for us, and, we got to make sure we perform and we play to the best of our ability to win that game. So part of it, too, is, we want to win for them. They commit to us, and then we want to commit to them. So Pod's been amazing. Please come. Every game, Pod, we got you.
Lastly, you play Seattle on Chase. It's part of the Commissioner's Cup. Obviously, they have one of those in the NBA, and it's, I don't know, it gets scoffed at a little bit, but looking at the situation that you're in, I got to believe that there is extra motivation, considering you're a first-year team and you're in that?
I mean, we're just motivated every single game. I'm just being honest. Like, killer mentality. It's like win or die every game. So we approach each one like, different game plan, different scenario. Obviously, Skylar, Diggins, Neko, like they're playing really well right now. They just beat Minnesota. They gave them their first loss. So we just got to make sure we're ready. We're locked in on the game plan.
Coach, this is kind of hashtag random, and we appreciate your time. And the things I think about, how familiar were you with the Bay Area before taking this job?
I actually wasn't. I mean, I lived here actually for a couple months when I played in the NWBL in San Jose. But other than that, I wasn't familiar. But, man, did I fall in love with this
There
city
you
quick.
go.
The food, the people, the culture. Yeah, I fell in love quick.
Well, we hope hope we're more than welcoming to you.
We got to come out and see
the Valkyries. Obviously, we're the flagship, and great start for you. Keep it up, Natalie.
All right, thank you guys.